Meteorologist Jeff Forgeron is here now with a look at your first live local forecast. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know we're about to get pretty hot.
Yeah, and it's really hot right now. I was just checking out some of the numbers, Wayne, and Salem is officially experiencing its hottest day of the year.
Wow.
101 degrees was the high temperature so far. We call them preliminary high temperatures until we get wrapped up with the entire afternoon. But I want to show you what's going on outside. This is a live look from the Amhill Valley and our Stoller Family Estate camera, where it's nearly 100 at 99 degrees. Scorching hot day out there. But a much cooler view out along the coast. That's a live look from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. A couple of observations here. Notice that looks a little bit breezy out there. We're getting a northwest wind at about 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20 miles per hour. So that onshore flow moving off the Pacific Ocean and inland, that's keeping our coastal communities, at least most of them, relatively cool late this afternoon. Temperatures right now, well, I want to point out, Newport, you're at 63 degrees. Contrast that to just inland. Salem is currently sitting at 100 degrees, so almost a 40-degree spread between the two cities. Mid to upper 90s and low triple digits are being observed in our interior valleys, extending off into the Columbia River Basin. The Dalles is experiencing one heck of a day with a temperature of 108 degrees currently. We have clear skies pretty much across the Pacific Northwest, and the reason being is we have this big ridge of high pressure, we call a heat dome in some cases, that's actually bringing sinking air, and that suppresses the cloud development, and it drives our storm pattern up to the north. The air flows clockwise around high pressure systems. And I bring that up because as the system inches its way eastward, that clockwise rotation is going to possibly pull some wildfire smoke in from California. There's a big fire, as Wayne pointed out, the Oak Fire burning near Yosemite National Park. And that could send smoke up into the Pacific Northwest, and that may actually impact our forecast a little bit. But the big story is the heat wave associated with this high pressure system that's going to be with us through most of the week and into the weekend. Again, eventually it starts to work its way to the southeast of us come Sunday, Monday, and that's when a cooler trough of low pressure will hopefully bring our temperatures closer to normal for this time of year, which is 84 at PDX. There's that big wildfire burning, and this is the smoke forecast, which is pushing some thin wildfire smoke up to the north once we get into, it looks like late Tuesday and eventually early Wednesday. In fact, some parts of southwest Oregon will see it earlier, but our skies could turn hazy. Don't think it's going to impact our surface air quality, but if our skies turn hazy enough, that could actually block some of the solar radiation coming in. So if we see any big changes to the smoke forecast, we're going to be updating it on air and on our new Fox 12 weather app. This app is great. We're able to kind of pinpoint locations, neighborhoods, different regions in the Pacific Northwest, and push alerts to your location via the app. So it kind of knows where you're located, and we can pinpoint, say, if we're seeing smoke in Salem versus Portland, and notify you folks down to the south versus areas to the north. It's going to be really helpful during inclement weather. So just search Fox 12 weather, or you can use the QR code, which we'll show later on in the newscast. Get ready for some hot stretch of weather, rather, with temperatures in the upper 90s, low triple digits, warm overnights, mostly in the 70s. And then eventually by the late weekend, early next week, we'll start to cool back down, back into the low 90s and mid 80s, which is much more normal for this time of year. Wayne?